Lexus, service isn't just a department. It's a voice on the other end of the phone.
A note to say you're on our mind. A willingness to come to you.
The world and how we interact with each other is changing, but that will never change who we are at Lexus.
Now, more than ever, you and your needs come first.
Find out what service options are available in your area at lexus.com/people first.
Click the banner to discover more.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Old Man Yellow Cloud. I am Christopher and I am joined once again by Patrick.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
And Jim.
Milk, lemonade.
You gonna finish that thought?
Nope.
All right. And today we are joined by a very special guest, co-host of Clamshell Case Files, Bridget Crawford.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, no, very excited. We've almost got a complete set. We just need to hunt down Quentin. And
that's going to be impossible.
yeah, we'll trank him and tag him and bring him up here.
He's supposed to come on for like in utero or something, right?
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I thought that was today. I think I got that mixed up in my head.
Oh, it was supposed to be last time. We were supposed to have both him and Matt up the same day.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, and then Quentin was like, I don't know. I might have plans like 6 weeks from now, so I can't commit to doing your show.
He has way too many friends, and I don't know. It baffles me.
I'm hearing slight piano in the background, and I think the living room keyboard is being played very loudly.
It's the dog.
Yeah, no, she's an excellent pianist.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't think so because she doesn't have opposable digits, but somehow she makes it work. Today we are going to be talking about Post, which is Björk's second official studio album, released on June 13th, 1995, day before my birthday, in the United Kingdom by One Little Indian, and in the United States by Elektra Entertainment. Whereas Björk's previous album debut was produced almost entirely by Nelly Hooper, Björk produced Post with collaborators including Hooper, 808 States, Graham Massey, and former Massive Attack member Tricky. Continuing the style developed on debut, Post is considered an important exponent of art pop. It features an eclectic mixture of electronic and dance styles such as techno, trip-hop, IDM, and house, but also ambient, jazz, industrial, and experimental music. Björk wrote most of the songs after moving to London and intended Post to convey the city's pace, urban culture, and underground club culture. It was named one of the greatest albums of '95 by numerous publications and has since been named one of the greatest albums of all time by publications including Entertainment Weekly and Rolling Stone. Reached number 1 in Iceland, number 2 in the United Kingdom, and number 32 in the U.S. Had 6 singles. We'll probably talk about a couple of them here. And
is it that hard to reach number 1 in Iceland? I mean, how many artists can there really be over there?
A lot. It's
like a surprising a lot.
Yeah, there
artists coming out of that country.
There was a T-shirt I saw when I was over there, and it was like showing different types of people in Iceland, and like each one would say like, I am a doctor and also I do music, and then there was another one that's like, I am a lawyer and also I do music, and it had like 5 different people.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck else are you gonna do in Iceland? Just be down in your studio, putting around.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark times and all that, so might as well just get busy living.
Get drunk and make some music.
Yeah.
And eat some really old fish.
You made me puke.
Yeah, remember when I made you eat that shark?
First of all, you didn't make me do anything.
I just
did it on my own.
I peer pressured you into it after eating like 3 pieces of it myself.
Yeah, you're like,
I can make my own dumb decisions.
It's not that bad. Come on, just do it. Come on. Ready? Go.
Yeah, because I don't know how to chew like a person. Media attention and the extensive Post tour were detrimental to Björk's well-being. She survived a murder attempt.
What?
And we'll talk about that in a second. And caused controversy by assaulting a reporter, which we'll also talk about in a second.
Oh, I remember that.
If Björk would relocate away from the press to Spain to produce her next album, Homogenic. So yeah, the murder attempt. She had an obsessed fan who was like I'm gonna be married to Björk one day, sort of obsessed.
Yeah.
And she was dating somebody
she was dating Goldie.
Yes.
Who's a trip hop musician. And when this guy found out about it, he sent a letter bomb containing acid to her house, and it was caught in the mail. So like nothing ever happened of it. But the guy ended up filming himself talking for like several hours before killing himself, like on camera. Yeah, and basically he was saying like, "Oh, Björk and I will meet up in heaven."
Jesus
Christ. It was absolutely fucking insane.
Was this like a Mark David Chapman situation where like he just wanted to be famous, or was he like legitimately?
No, he was obsessed with her and wanted to be with her.
Right.
Which like
He didn't have a council of elves in his brain telling him what to do.
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
Which, like, I don't remember hearing about the murder attempt, but I do remember hearing about her attacking the reporter, which kind of speaks to how much more the media probably made a bigger deal out of that than the fact that she, like, just almost had, like, an insane fan kill her.
Well, yeah, the reporter thing is also kind of blown out of proportion too. Like, I mean, granted, she did assault someone, so that's not nothing.
Right.
But the reporter was hounding her with questions as she arrived at an airport with her kid, and the reporter kept asking Björk questions. Björk was ignoring her, so finally she held the microphone down and started asking the kid questions, and that's when Björk flipped out.
She Mama Beared it.
Yeah, no, and that's totally fucking fair. You don't
right.
approach someone's child in that manner.
And I think the reporter knew that because she didn't call the cops or anything.
She
there
didn't
was
press
no
charges.
right. She didn't,
Yeah.
which made me think that the reporter knew,
Yeah, basically all that happened was it was a good old-fashioned Hollywood apology, and then
Was there video footage of this?
I remember seeing.
there is.
Literally remember seeing her all crazy-eyed jumping at her
She
shoulder.
bashed the woman's head into the ground and stuff. It was nuts.
Yes.
I remember seeing it on MTV News, yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt Loder or Tabitha Soren?
I believe it was Kurt Loder. They got to do it.
He's I never really thought he was good at the job. I shouldn't criticize because I'm not doing
He
that
just
job.
had a name that fit with MTV. Kurt.
Yeah.
That's such an MTV
he was just
name.
he was a dude who couldn't get into real broadcasting, so they gave
He
him a job
always-
at MTV.
He always came across as the dad of MTV. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He
Well,
was he was the adult around where all the other young people
He was
were.
old even when he started too. He was in his 40s.
So, all right, everybody, simmer down. I'm going to tell you about the news and rock
Yes.
and roll. Everybody, simmer down.
I think he was meant to give legitimacy to
Yeah.
The network.
the network. Yeah.
Wasn't all downtown Julie
In
Brown.
between Beavis and Butthead and what's another good one? I don't know. TRL. I don't know.
There's TRL. There's Real Life.
Daria.
I'm addicted to diapers. I don't know.
By real life, do you mean the real world?
No. The documentary series Real Life, and then it's on they just spotlight some poor fucking corner of life, I'm addicted to diapers or something.
So
I'm sorry, diapers.
Oh
Dirty
man, there was
diapers.
a woman who she would eat the stuffing in furniture.
Oh yeah,
Remember
that? Yeah. What was that? My
My
Skin
addiction.
Addiction?
Yeah. God, that show made
Yeah.
my skin crawl.
Yes.
That's an actual disorder. It's called pica, and it's when you eat things that aren't food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Why that? That's a specific, probably expensive material.
It's usually linked to trauma of
There
some
was
kind.
her, and then
perfectly
I saw
honest.
one. It was some woman was "This is blah blah blah," and she eats 7 rolls of toilet paper a day.
Yeah. It's wild.
That's awful.
And they show him going to the doctor, and they're like, "You need to
Stop.
doing this. You're filling your intestines with foam. Please stop."
Those poor people. That sucks.
And it shows him out in the car a minute later, fucking big bowl of foam and barbecue sauce on top. That doctor can't fucking tell me what to do.
Well, the thing I don't understand is how do you even begin that obsession? It's was she sitting on the couch and somebody just came in with a knife and cut a slit in the couch and foam popped out and she just started sweating and staring at it and just and just grabbed a handful and shoved it in her mouth.
Yeah, it's tough to say what the genesis of those are.
Who knows? Anything can lead to anything. John Wayne Gacy didn't intend to murder his first victim, but he did, and then realized he came in his pants when he did it. So,
yeah,
there you
happy accident.
That's how that career started.
Fair enough.
Remember when we were a music podcast?
So what was that song? Who did it? It was the "Hey, I just met you. This is crazy."
Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah.
So somebody posted a meme and it was of John Wayne Gacy. And it was "Hi, I just met you." Oh no! Oh, fuck. How does it go? "Hey, this is crazy." Or "Here's my basement." Nah, fuck it. I fucked it up.
My dad was in Chicago when they had discovered everything. He was arrested and they were removing everything from the crawl space.
Yeah, Carly Rae Jepsen, right?
Yes. And he said that when I talked to him most recently about it, he said to this day he cannot get the smell of that street out of his mind.
Oh, it was, hey,
Yeah.
hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my basement. I'm John Wayne Gacy. That's
That's nice. I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that's very
There you
good.
go. No, 3 names: John Wayne Gacy, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
There's a connection.
Yeah, maybe she's his granddaughter. Is that how the age would work?
I think she's older than you think she is. Like I want to say she's like only a couple years younger than me. Like she's in her
Hey,
like
Siri,
mid-30s.
how old is Carly Rae Jepsen?
Carly Rae Jepsen is 34 years old.
Wow.
There
Yeah.
you have it.
Yeah, a year younger than me.
But still, though, like Gacy went away in like the 70s.
Where'd he go?
I believe.
I believe the term is called prison, yeah.
Yeah, it's a place where they put you in a room and you're not allowed to leave for most of the day.
Wait, is he still alive? No.
No, I think he
No.
died in prison.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri, is John Wayne Gacy still alive?
John Wayne Gacy was born March 17, 1942, and died May 10, 1994.
Damn.
Oh, there you go.
Just
Hey,
in
Siri.
just in time to miss the downward spiral. Damn. It's super unknown.
Hey Siri, how did John Wayne Gacy die?
Hey, Siri, how did John Wayne Gacy die? I don't think she's going to know this.
John Wayne Gacy's cause of death was lethal injection.
Ah, executed. Well then, that's the system at work. He was put in jail in the 70s and he was executed in 1994.
Yes.
That's some paperwork fucking well filed right there. Good job, guys.
So I think we're done here. Like we need to continue with this podcast.
I'm ready to go. So
This has been Last Podcast on the Left.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I forgot what we were doing for a second here.
So let's go around the horn here. I'll use the same order as last time to avoid confusion. Jim, what was your favorite song on Björk's post?
I liked I Miss You.
I miss you, but I haven't met you yet.
I liked the glitchiness of it in the beginning there. I thought that was pretty cool. And then it was like this weird, like, cultural fusion thing that happened with, like this, like, Cuban conga beat going on. And then there was a bunch of horns. And then I heard some, like, French squeeze box shit going on. And, I just thought the rhythm, the tempo of it was nice and snappy.
I thought the horns fucking made that song.
Yeah,
It was
same.
it's not my MVP moment, but it was up there for me.
I also had to note that the beat, it kind of felt like it could have been a Madonna song. Like, I could hear Madonna singing over that.
Björk's first two albums sound very early 90s electronica in a lot of ways. In the same way that Madonna was definitely in that ballpark with like Vogue and things like that. They all sound pretty similar, I think. Yeah, no, that's a spicy one. Bridget, what was your favorite song?
definitely. I liked a few of these really, but Oh So Sweet. I mean, Oh So Quiet. Jesus.
And so peaceful until you fall in love. Sing from the sky.
What's so sweet?
So sweet. Oh So Quiet. I like the big band. I like her screeching in it. I found out it was a cover like 5 minutes ago, so that's cool.
Yeah, a cover of a German burlesque song, apparently.
Even
a cover of a
better.
cover.
Even better. There's like this nutcracker piano music at the end.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I feel like the energy of the song is what goes on in my head all the time. So I felt kind of connected to it. So
I don't
yeah.
like how Björk was shushing me. I was like, Björk, stop it. Well, you tell me to be quiet.
I wonder if those shushes are in the actual like original version of the song.
We're gonna have to find it. I don't know.
I could see that in a burlesque thing, like some weird thing where someone's like dancing erotically and shushing someone. Like, that makes sense in my fucked up brain.
That song is kind of weird for me because it was for the longest time the only Björk song I knew. It was the first one I ever heard because it was being played a ton on MTV like towards the end of 1995, which was when I was like for some reason watching a lot of it and like listening to the radio a lot and like trying to find myself as a fucking music listener. It definitely it's a weird one considering the rest of her catalog. Definitely got a strange first impression of this lady.
weird. Yeah, I wouldn't think that you would get a strange first impression out of Björk.
She's an odd duck. Bit of an odd duck.
I like that though. She's like unapologetically odd duck.
Oh,
though.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I fucking love that about her. Like she's like, and she's so earnest.
You definitely need to see that video of her taking apart a television. It's so good because she's sitting there with like an old CRT TV talking about, I like to watch television, especially around Christmas. It shows me my favorite programs. And she's like opening this thing up and like pointing at like wires and stuff. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, very charming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just very,
love her.
Very legit. Actually, the Grey Cat, that place where we got breakfast with all the books, that's her favorite restaurant in Iceland.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
Yeah, so
I can see why.
Yeah, it's calm, it's away from people.
It's very quaint.
Yes. Patrick, favorite song?
I'm going to go with the opening track, Army of Me. I think it just is a good mission statement for what you're going to get on the rest of the record, which is kind of weird to say because I felt like every song on this album sounded like pretty different from one another. I thought she was showing a lot of like range and shit on all the different tracks, but I think that song kind of encapsulates everything that you're going to get like over the course of this record with that sort of 90s electronica, but you're also getting, you know, hints of world beat and just like this sort of like menacing industrial aspect to it. And it's, you know, it's not a heavy song, but it's scary.
Yeah.
I guess.
I know.
It's really creepy, and it's like, you know, it's not like heavy like a Nine Inch Nails song, but it's menacing and has this.
It has that post-apocalyptic
feel to it. And her
yeah.
voice is like very much up front and like just, you know, like it challenges you. Obviously, she has a certain timbre to her voice that's not normal, and I kind of appreciate that. You know, from like you said, unapologetic. Just
Yep.
You know, and she's out there in like full force. You know, right out of the gate. Just taking risks and doing funky shit.
Yeah, and this was also used in a bunch of different shit too. We were talking during this about how it was in John Wick, but apparently in Tank Girl and Sucker Punch as well.
My favorite.
And an episode of The Handmaid's Tale, which is I haven't seen it, but I'm told it's a delightful little uplifting program.
Emily came home crying one night after watching the first episode.
Yeah, Gina loves that show too. Actually, really good soundtrack, good music in it.
I read the book, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to see the series.
Yeah, it was funny. Emily came home, and I was laying in bed watching Mr. Robot, and she was like all upset. She walks in, she's like, "What are you watching, your nerd show?" I was like, "What's the matter with you?" She's like, "I'm sorry." She just starts like crying. She's like, "I just watched this fucked up show." It's like, okay.
Because you have been painting an excellent picture of Emily over the course of the 2 episodes we recorded here today.
She's a doll.
The honeymoon is over.
For me, I'm going to go with Hyper Ballad. Yeah, it's always been one of my favorites from this album. The arrangement is so good. It just starts in one place and just slowly builds to where it goes in the double time crescendo. And yeah, it's just it's a great arrangement, great build of a song, and it's weird. It's got some Björk weirdness to it. It's got weird ass sounding synthesizers, and let's just throw an orchestra in there while we're at it. Like, it's kitchen sink, and I think it's Björk at her finest.
It also has the lyrics. What was it? I imagine what my body will sound like slamming against the rocks.
Yes,
because it's about her falling off a cliff.
Yes.
Oh, like from fucking Midsummer.
Insane.
What's it called?
The Harga? Or the old people? Or
yeah, the something.
Is it the Stupa?
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, I want to go how that old guy died in Midsummer. Spoilers. Like, that's the way to go. Nice and quick. Jump off a mountain, don't die, and have someone beat your head in with a hammer.
I mean, I want to be dead before someone has to hit my head with a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost like that was the joke, but okay. Jim, least favorite.
I don't think this is going to be any surprise since I made myself very vocal during it. The song Headphones. It's not that, I don't know, maybe I was too quick to judge, but it just seemed kind of, it was boring. Like, I don't know, I even wrote down here, I'm not sure what's happening right now. It's just a bunch of ambience and her making weird noises, and at one point I felt like the drum sounded like a level from Donkey Kong Country.
It reminded me a little bit of Polk Pole Revolving Doors
Yeah,
by Radiohead off of
little
Amnesiac. And also, how are you going to live up to being the song after the song featuring Jimmy Couza?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
New Bedford legend.
New Bedford legend. R.I.P.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna get a Dulcimer play, you got to call him the Couza.
Yeah, unfortunately, since 2009, that's not been a possibility.
Was there a knowledge transfer?
Maybe. We'll have to look into that. Yeah, maybe. Or he could be a head in a jar, too.
Jim Couza.
Maybe the body couldn't survive, but the brain did, so he's kind of like Mother Brain from Captain N, the Game Master.
So they didn't, cryogenically freeze his whole body?
You just need the brain. And then put a couple wires on that and connect it to a car battery, and I think that's how it works.
What's JJ up to? His son? Jimmy Jr.?
Oh, I thought you meant Abrams at first, and I was like, I don't know, probably rebooting his career. Bridget, what's your least favorite?
I'm going to agree. It was Headphones for me. It was just kind of dull compared to everything else. But maybe it was meant to be because it was the last song. It was take you out. I guess.
Take you home.
Yeah, but compared to the rest of the songs, yeah, I found it kind of dull.
Well, Patty makes 3. And yeah, I think I just need to maybe give this album another listen. It kind of reminded me of the last couple of tracks on Joni Mitchell's Hissing of Summer Lawns, where that whole album, it's very band oriented, and I love the middle 6 songs, and then the last 2, it's just it's mostly vocals, and it just completely takes me out, and it's sort of arrhythmic too, so there's nothing for me to latch on to. It just sounds like she's self-indulgent, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, let's call it a sweep. I'm gonna go with Headphones as well. Yeah, and it's just the rest of this album I really, really enjoy, and this is the only song on it that it's kind of it didn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
I think if I heard this as a Björk B-side, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool song. But as an album closer, especially for this record, I don't think it's it cuts the mustard, so to speak.
There's a percussive aspect to this whole record that I think is one of the strong points for sure. With all the different world beat and just electronic drum influence happening all over, and you don't really get that on Headphones. It's like I said, it's more arrhythmic.
Yeah, agreed. Jim, what was your MVP moment?
MVP. I'm gonna go with the that jazz shuffle sample in the Modern Thing.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, that drum line. Yeah.
A little shuffle sample, not the big band cover one, the song before it.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Bridget, MVP moment.
I'm gonna say it's that horns and I Miss You.
That's so good. Those horn stabs are so fucking good.
Yeah, they make the song for me.
And also her that. Also with the horn, she's got that guttural kind of the way she says "I miss you." Yeah,
she's honking like a fucking
yeah. So good.
Which is great so because good. Your son was playing Untitled Goose Game through
yes, he was.
She does that a couple times. She does a couple with their voice.
Yeah,
those were kind of MVP moments for me.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're just I don't know. They were adorable in addition to being just fucking crazy. But I'm gonna actually go with the very last chord on the end of You've Been Flirting Again. Which I think closed that side. There's sort of like these, the song was like, okay, whatever, nice string arrangements, and then it kind of ends on this like really discordant note that I thought was pretty cool and classy way to end the side.
Can you guys guess what my note was for that song?
No drums?
No, I said it could have been in a Disney film.
There you go.
Interesting. There you go. There you have it.
And I put in parentheses, bringing that back.
Been a couple years, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. That was like the 4th episode or something where that happened.
Probably.
So I had a few that I was trying to pick between. I'm gonna not pick a horn stab because they were all fucking great on every song. Enjoy, I Miss You.
The one in Enjoy were fucking hilarious because they're so up front and like they don't even sound like they're part of the soundscape.
No,
just like what the fuck is that? It's like an alarm going off.
Yeah, it sounded like someone was doing something different in the studio next door, way too loud. It was awesome. And I'm just gonna go with the Double Time and Hyper Ballad. Because that just, like, once that song brings some pep into it, it just brings so much more to the table. It's a ballad up until it gets to that point, and then it gets all hyper. Yeah. And it's a very, very fun little bit.
Yeah, I gotta say, I wasn't always in love with that track, but now I've heard it a few more times, and it's definitely growing on me. There's a lot to take in with that arrangement.
Yeah.
But, like, once you start to kind of understand it a bit, it's impressive.
Yeah, and also I just want to call out attention for the strings in Isabel. It's a longer thing. I didn't want to pick it for an MVP because it's basically an entire song's worth of content, but the strings parts for that were fucking great.
That was my second runner-up too because it kind of almost had the music was it sounded like getting ready to go on a D&D adventure. Yeah. It had this like kind of fantasy adventure feel to it. It was my runner-up for MVP.
Yeah, I wrote down cool little sneaky groove.
Yeah.
The lyrics for that were apparently co-written by an Icelandic poet named Sion, who is currently working on Robert Eggers, who did The Witch in the Lighthouse, is making a period piece about Vikings. Oh. And apparently he and Sion are writing the script together, so I'm pretty fucking excited for that. That's going to be baller. Jim, comparable album.
I had one immediately pop out at me. I'm going to go with 1994's Dummy by Portishead.
God damn it.
Oh my god, that was one of mine too. Oh my god.
That's okay, I have a backup.
Yeah, actually that wasn't on my radar even, but that's a very good call.
Wow.
I mean, no real explanation.
Similar time frame,
I'm
similar
just impressed
soundscape.
that I came up with it and you guys all came up with that. That's
I did not.
Oh, all right. Well,
so
that's okay.
You have that over me.
I should be on this podcast then?
Yeah, actually, that would be great, because then I wouldn't have to do it anymore, and I don't have to see them again.
Can we still all come to your house recording?
I'll let you in, but I'm not coming down into the basement ever again.
Just keep bringing us beefs.
I do want to
just keep bringing down plates of North Shore three-way beefs for y'all to eat.
We'll never leave. Just like feed us till we die, like in 7.
Just feed us through that window.
Just out of curiosity, how long do you think you would have if you started eating only three-way beef sandwiches, like just breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How long do you think we would take to die?
The human body is surprisingly resilient.
All right, well, let's take a look. You got protein. There's lycopene, arguably, in the barbecue sauce if it's tomato based, and like if there's sodium, there might be iodine. I don't know. That's some minerals, right?
You're gonna get some calcium out of that cheese.
Yeah, some of that, and
you might even get a tiny bit of vitamin C out of the barbecue sauce.
The only thing that's really missing is like a vegetable, like if you put some fucking lettuce on top of it.
But you could add pickles, right? Does that work?
You would have You would have no fiber in your diet.
Right.
So you would you'd probably die from like fatal diarrhea. If I were a gambling man, I would bet on
Fatal
diarrhea.
I would think you'd get a bowel obstruction from all the beef because that shit is just like binding up your stomach.
Oh god, and then it would probably you might have like some sort of issue with like bile or something.
Oh man,
you might get all jaundiced up or something.
Yeah, I mean probably just malnutrition, probably scurvy. You're not getting enough vitamin C.
How did you get scurvy? I ate nothing but 3-way sandwiches for a month. Patrick, what was your comparable album?
I have another one.
Oh, you have another one?
Yeah.
What?
I had another one that I had picked, but that was like Portishead was on my short list.
And actually I skipped over you anyway, so
yeah, that's
thank you for bringing me back.
Yeah, thank you.
Bridget.
Keep my mouth
Look, we started talking about beef and I got excited.
Then I'm glad you skipped me then.
We need you to calm down first.
So Portishead was my pick until like earlier today when I changed it to Tori Amos's Boys for Pele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because it just has that same sort of, I don't know, that energy, that crazy energy.
That raw feminine energy.
Yeah.
Well, that was the one that came out in like 97 or something.
I think
Was
so.
it
Yeah,
after-
I
it
think
was
it's
after
97.
Under the
Yeah.
Pink. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also was kind of thinking, not like, I feel like Amanda Plummer is always trying to go for a Björk kind of sense, but
always trying and never quite getting there.
But she's such a phony. I think that's what it is. It's like the phoniness of her.
All right, Patrick.
So I'm going to go with Mezzanine by Massive Attack. I mean, it's sort of a A to B answer there because obviously Tricky was on this record as well. But, yeah, I just, 90s electronica, trip hop, little tiny bits of world beat, and just great beats in general and cool sounds, awesome sounds happening all over both these records.
So I'm gonna go with an album that is definitely inferior to this. One of, in my estimation, the weaker albums by this particular band. But Technique by New Order. Lots of similar tones going on. It's a few years before this, but it kind of anticipated a little bit of what was going to be happening with the UK club scene and what have you. So there's a lot of sonic similarities going on. Jim, let's rate this.
I'm gonna give it a middle of the road 7.
Middle of the road 7. Not too strong, not too soft.
Not too strong, not too soft. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm not too familiar with Björk, although when Army of Me kicked on, I was like, oh yeah, I know this song. But there's too much on here that I didn't like. That maybe if I gave it a few more listens, I could give it a hard 7. But I think middle of the road 7's a fair assessment from my brain up here in my noggin.
Fair enough. Bridget.
I'll give it an 8. I don't know. I really liked it. I haven't heard it in a really long time, so I was into it. Felt what Björk was getting at.
Picking up what she put down in 1995.
I feel like we know what's up.
I feel like she's sitting right there next to me, just like look at that, huh?
Whispering weird things in my ear. But yeah.
Television show me pictures around Christmas.
Patrick. Gonna give it an 8. This is my second time listening to this. First time around, I don't remember being very much into it, but this time around, I am a lot more into it. And I think Björk is a challenging artist to sort of get into, right off the bat because, she's
doing so much weird stuff.
She just does a lot of weird, idiosyncratic stuff that's like not typical, and that's, I think, what's really cool and striking about her, and she manages to still put together these like amazing, sophisticated arrangements while also being a complete wackadoo.
Yeah.
And like, in a way, it's not really, terribly different from, what David Byrne was doing fucking 20 years prior, sort of mixing the electronic with world beat. But she does it in her own way that doesn't sound like she's, ripping off those artists. And she's definitely one of a kind.
She's definitely going to go down. And as far as like music history, she'll definitely one of those,
Yeah, when the
figures.
dust when
she
the
will
dust
be
settles.
remembered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Myself, I'm going to go with a strong 8. This album is fucking great. I could do without headphones, and there are a few things that I would like either lengthen or shorten, but no real complaints on this album for me. A lot of fun. So yeah, strong 8. And that gives us a cumulative, if I can say that word right, total of 7.75.
It's pronounced cumulative.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. I'm the asshole.
You are, you fucking baby.
Have her and Reznor ever collaborated on anything?
No.
Because I feel like that would be a cool collaboration.
That would be really cool.
That would be cool, and her and Tom York I would like to see together. 'Cause they're friends, too, in real life.
Oh.
I was actually kind of hoping...
Not on, like, World of Warcraft in real life?
Yes, in real life.
Good.
I was kind of hoping that when Tom York and his former partner split, that they would get together and that they would get married so she
Make
could be
super babies?
Bjork. And that would have been so fucking good. I remember reading an interview with
Bjork super babies.
I remember reading an interview with Tom York before Amnesiac came out. And someone was asking him what it sounded like, and he was like, "Oh, I showed it to Bjork, and she said, it sounds like you saw something terrifying and wrote about it." So, yeah, good stuff. Anyone want to have any more serial killer talk or anything like that before we put a bow on it?
I want more cereal.
I
want breakfast. I want breakfast.
I love cereal, but I'm like...
I fucking love breakfast in general.
It's one of those things where it's like, I'll go buy like a half gallon of milk so I can like eat cereal, but I'll only be able to eat cereal once a week, so it's like, the milk goes big.
Why can you only eat it once a week?
Why do you have to buy a gallon?
Could.
Yeah, they sell milk in smaller quantities.
Because the smaller quantity isn't enough. It's not enough.
See,
okay, my bad.
I'll have the intention of eating it over the course of the week, but then I end up eating like half the box and drinking half that milk in one night.
Yeah.
That's why I wake
so
up
much
in the
milk.
middle of the night with diarrhea.
I can just imagine Patrick laying in bed. He's got a bowl of cereal on his stomach, and he's shoving it on his face and just grabbing the jug of milk and being like, like watching TV.
Not far off.
I was watching something recently with someone who had lost a bunch of weight. And they were talking about, like, one of the things that they did to help them lose weight was not drink 2 gallons of milk a day. And it's like, how and why are you drinking that much milk?
I told the story about Milk Guy on the train, right?
Possibly. This sounds good.
I've got a picture of him, too. I can find it. I got to dig that one up.
What's his name?
Milk Guy.
Milk Guy.
Milk Guy?
Yeah, just call him Milk. Mr. Guy is his father.
I was coming home. I was coming home from Boston one night. I was on the last train. It was the midnight train home, and it was like me and 3 other people, and this guy was sitting.
Took a midnight train.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink some milk.
Yeah, exactly. He was in the row next to me, one seat up, and I could see him, and he had 2 gallons of milk sitting next to him, and he would periodically call his girlfriend, start yelling at her, hang up the phone, and then proceed to pound
some milk.
Oh,
and he did this the whole ride home. He was just fucking drinking these gallons of milk.
Just gotta soothe the rage. Just burn it inside.
I got
down some milk.
I've got to sober up, so I need to drink 2 gallons of milk.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I've got a picture of it. I gotta find it.
There's photographic.
I had to, because nobody would have believed me.
I mean, I believe you.
Actually,
sir, can you sign a release?
Yeah, actually, if you get me that picture, we can put it in the show notes for this one.
I will.
And then
I'm pretty,
that way the world can see.
pretty sure I know where it is, so I'll definitely dig it up.
I like the idea that it's like a physical picture. I know it's not, but that you took a film picture of him and you have it somewhere for safekeeping. Yeah.
Let's go around the table here. What if you could eat one cereal for the rest of your life? What would you pick?
Oh, fuck, dude.
I'll go first because that's easy for me. None, because I don't like cereal.
No, you have to pick one.
Nope.
You have to.
No.
How can you not like? You don't like any cereal?
No. So there's a few.
All right, he's getting Cheerios.
Is it a texture thing?
I talked to you guys last week about how I have this like visceral thing towards like food, like in couches or something like that. When we were talking about Rocco's Modern Life. Yeah, it's part of that. Like it's in the same thing. I can't eat chips either. Like it's just something psychologically in my head like that makes me want to vomit when I see these things.
Fair enough.
So yeah, no, cereal is just something I can't eat.
Man,
you're lost.
I mean, I was gonna say
more for you guys. One of you gets to pick 2.
He had a traumatizing experience with Captain Crunch tearing up the roof of his mouth, and that was it.
Well, can I got 2 then?
Yeah, sure.
Captain Crunch.
That bastard.
And, fuck. I don't know. Franklin Oat Bran.
Frankenberry?
No, I don't like Frankenberry.
What about Fruit Brute?
Probably, actually, Cocoa Krispies.
Oh, yeah.
Are kind of fucking
Jesus.
bomb.
Those are the best.
Do you need to go
drink,
clean up?
You can drink. No, I'm just...
No, that's the best because you get
Drink the
chocolate
milk. You get the chocolate milk
afterwards.
after, and diabetes, but that's okay.
Yeah, there's just something about that.
You know what?
That texture.
Since Chris is a party pooper, we'll all do 2. So you would
All
just,
right.
what is yours?
So I guess Captain Crunch and Cocoa Krispies.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, Bridget.
Oh, Rice Krispie
No,
Treat
shut up. You already picked your 2. Yeah, you're done.
All right, I'm done.
All right, I get to pick 2. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh,
And I would say Cocoa Krispies too, or Cocoa Puffs, like whatever you can make chocolate milk out of. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
Trix.
No, I'm not a Trix guy. Never really have been.
I prefer the more savory cereals.
I mean, that's not too far off.
That is what I feed my dog. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, we can hook you up.
Savory cereal. Mm.
Yeah, we'll put it in some milk for you, and you can take it to go.
That's essentially what dog and cat food.
So I'm gonna go Cinnamon Toast Crunch as well because that shit is awesome. Also,
I do love
diabetes.
CT Crunch.
And I've been rocking for the last few years when I do eat cereals, fucking Frosted Mini Wheats, man.
Ooh.
The Mini Wheats are good.
So I'll name a breakfast mass-produced item. How's that? Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah, all
If
right.
I do that? All right. Cinnamon toaster strudels.
Okay.
You put them in the toaster, then you put the little icing packet
Yep.
on top.
Oh, but those are just fucking great. Yeah, that's a total different
Yeah.
ball game.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Welcome back to Breakfast Talk.
Yeah, so we started with John Wayne Gacy and ended up with cereal.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was how it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
I
we're
like
cool.
marshmallows.
Bridget, you have anything you want to plug?
That was a Homestar Runner reference, by the way.
All right. I'm on a podcast called Clamshell Case Files in the
Sure are.
Zero Science Network.
Two-thirds of this show has been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
I mean,
have me on the
hopefully,
podcast?
hopefully, if you've been on, maybe you've been on before. This,
I haven't been on yet.
no, I mean,
I don't know if you forgot.
no, I mean, by the time this comes on, maybe you'll.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe I will have come on.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
How does that future participle?
Just out of curiosity, is there anything that has
Will have-
scarred you as a childhood, like any kind of media?
Well, I was gonna say Dumbo.
Yeah.
Was gonna be the
Oh,
one that I
right,
want.
right,
That's the one I
right,
wanted
yeah.
to do for the show.
I
That's like really the
I think
only
that's
one
good.
I can think of.
That's a good one because that's
Brave Little
traumatizing
Toaster-
and
Brave Little
racist.
Toaster would have been the other one. but
and it's
this guy already did
Disney,
it.
so Matt will probably be fiddling with himself while he.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he gets the desk over on the other side.
Awesome. Well, yeah, be sure to check out Clamshell Case Files if you haven't yet. Jim, you got anything going on?
I'll plug my blog again, buildingahomestudio.wordpress.com. Track my insanity down in the basement.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. You gotta post more plumbing pictures. I hear that's the most popular part of the blog.
It is. It's the only part of the blog. Well, maybe by the time this airs, there'll be more content on there.
I mean, you'll
Jim's
probably
pipes.
theoretically you'll be done by that point, right?
Ooh, I hope so.
Halfway through March.
Maybe. I mean, the reality was, I was trying like hell to get this thing done by RPM, and I realized I was going to burn myself the fuck out if
Yeah,
I did
fair
that.
enough.
So I've been kind of taking a step back and working on it at my leisure. So I really want to get it fucking done because I'm just fucking going out of my mind not having a spot to do my thing.
Slap of those drums.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You slap them with
Yeah,
hands.
slap them.
You don't place sticks are for losers.
So yeah, no, maybe it'll be done. At least functional by that point. Maybe not like all the cosmetic stuff, but yeah. Check it out. And check out my Twitter. Do you like this for? Where I post a random stupid thing and ask people if they like it.
And that's Do You Like This number 4.
Yes.
Not
correct.
any other
So there
spelling.
are 3 other Do You Like
Yeah,
This?
I was pissed because when I signed up, I put in "Do you like this?" and it went accepted, and then I signed in, and it was like, "Do you like this?" For I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I was all excited that I was like the only one who thought of that.
Have you checked the others to see what they're up to?
No, fuck them.
Okay, asked and answered.
Yeah.
Patrick, you got anything going on?
Me personally, what's today? March 15th.
Today is March 15th. Yes.
Yeah, Sunday,
The
March
Ides
15th.
of March.
The new Ease Into the Noise record is out for the past 15 days, so check it out. It's fucking amazing. It's the best thing that any of us have ever done.
Won a Grammy.
It won a Grammy. We have not written this album as of the recording date, but it's hopefully out, and check it out. And other than that, I'm going to pass it off to you, Christopher.
I can't imagine I'd have anything going on at that point in my life.
Hopefully all is well.
Greta Gerwig got screwed by not getting a Best Director nomination. That's about all I have going on.
Oh, for the fucking Oscars.
Yeah, for the Oscars. Yeah, the Oscars are a fucking joke. Ford v. Ferrari got a nomination for Best Picture, but fucking Knives Out didn't. Like, what kind of fucking world do we live in?
Fucking incels on the board.
Yeah, incels. They're all incels. You hear me, Academy? For your consideration, fuck yourself.
That maybe won't be an incel anymore.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's going to get to the point where there's a fucking, like, mass, like, what is it called? Critical mass, where it just, like, gets to the point where it just crumbles and has to start back up from scratch, where people who actually deserve these awards get them.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it's an industry, right?
Yeah.
And like, eventually each industry sort of collapses and you know...
Yeah, was it Ouroboros?
Yeah.
The snake eating its own tail?
Exactly, yeah. And, you know, eventually, I mean, it'll fucking come to a head. I really think, like, that and, like, that mixed with, like, the ever-growing, like, audience participation
Right.
in media
Well, I mean,
is
I feel like the music industry itself has come such a long way just in the last 10 years with the advent of being able to distribute music yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And more like average people are able to produce and put out music.
Yep.
Which is great, because it leads to things like fucking Mark Foster making shitty records.
Or fucking Hobo Johnson.
Hey, you know what? We
Hobo
did
Johnson.
it. It's out of the way. All right.
Yeah, no, it's in the past. Yeah. That and the King Gizzard album can just be really bad memories for me, and that's all.
Oh, I could subject you to way worse albums.
Tiny Tim was way better than King Gizzard.
Agreed. But
hey. So I know, Christopher, you're probably really interested in this, as I know Patrick is. Steely Dan's coming to the Xfinity Center if you'd like to go.
Well, 50% of Steely Dan is dead, so I don't know what kind of corpse they're dragging around.
I'm still...
Donald Fagen's corpse, actually.
I hear it's a pretty good show. I'm going.
I saw him a few years back, and it was pretty good. I really wanted to go see that them do all of Asia, they did like a full Asia set, and they did a full Royal Scam set. I wanted to see both those.
Pronounced Aya.
Aya.
Aya?
Yeah, Steely Dan and Steve Winwood.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Steely Dan. Speaking of Academy Awards and what have you, Steely Dan, fuck them. Fuck them. The year that the Marshall Mathers LP, Kid A, and a bunch of other fucking actual good albums come out, Steely Dan's forgettable fucking album that probably the Academy doesn't even remember got Best Album.
I don't even think Donald Fagen remembers that album.
Isn't Donald Fagen dead?
No, that's Walter Becker.
Walter Becker
is the one who died.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think he remembers that because he probably doesn't have memory anymore.
Also, fuck Eminem.
Yeah, I missed...
You brought it up.
I missed Neil Young because of Eminem. I was pissed. We went to Bonnaroo and Eminem was the headliner. I was like, you know what, whatever, let's go. We'll see Eminem. We'll say we did it. And we're like waiting for Eminem to start. And he like like as a surprise, I hear in the distance, keep on rocking in the free. I was like, what the fuck? And like we were crowd locked, so I couldn't even like run over there and like.
And then you got to hear about fucking Eminem and his stupid mom's spaghetti or whatever the fuck.
Spilling it all over his shirt. Can't even eat right.
Yeah, I don't really love Eminem, but Marshall Mathers LP is very good.
I do have fond memories of that album. I fucking hate him now.
Well, yeah, I mean he's a white dude from like around 99, 2000. He's gonna be a sack of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like
that's. I mean, we call it the Durst theorem.
The Durst quotient.
So last week we recorded 2 episodes at Jim's place, and it's funny because both guests were Limp Bizkit apologists, which I've never.
Tom is too.
Yeah, well, Tom was saying he was listening to Limp Bizkit on the drive over.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just fucking with us.
No, I think
I thought they were both
I think Tom is a little bit more ironic.
No, Tom just likes to take frequent trips down memory lane because he hates his life now, so he just goes back to a place where he didn't.
Do I have to cut this part out too?
No.
Okay.
He knows I'm joking.
I did feel bad for trashing on it in front of Tyler. He's like, I love that album, and I'm like,
no,
music's subjective, right?
He's cool too.
You are right.
Tyler likes to dance. He's a dance guy.
Yeah.
He likes a lot of poppy and for some reason new metal. But what are you gonna do?
I have bad news. I just got an update. I am in 4th in my sumo fantasy league right now out of 5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's too bad.
That is too bad.
Yeah. My team Sayonara Horses is not doing too well.
No. Oh, man.
Buongiorno, horses.
Buongiorno, horses. I think we can put a pin in this.
Hooray!
Bridget, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
This has been a fucking strange episode.
I felt very fun for a minute there.
Yeah, we were just kind of fucking sitting around. Like, I forgot that we had headphones on and we're in front of microphones. All right, so, I am Christopher.
I'm dissociating. I'm Patrick.
I'll see you in gym. Hell. Goodbye.
Now available in podcast feeds. Don't miss your chance to join 3 friends as they unpack movies from their childhood.
I'm just gonna watch you die.
What was this film rated again? PG.
And decide just how traumatic they were.
That is how long they're stabbing him.
I giggled through that scene because it was so uncomfortable and weird.
In Clamshell Case Files, starring the bad boy of podcasting, Quentin.
I mean, if my dog killed another dog, I would protect him by burying that body, but I would never kill